Texas spoils A&M's undefeated season, and Arizona shocks the Sun Devils in Tempe. Let's talk about that and the rest of the college football action from this Black Friday. There were plenty of alarming signs from the Aggies over the last couple of weeks that foreshadowed a result like this might be imminent. The turnovers by Marcel Reed, the slow performance in the first half versus a bad South Carolina team, and it catches up to them against a really talented Texas squad. Luckily for the Aggies, they played well enough during the rest of the regular season that a playoff spot is already a sure thing for them. They might not have the first round bye, but they'll likely get a home playoff game and an opportunity to learn from a result like this in the South Carolina game. Maybe take it as a wake-up call to get hot in the playoffs. Heck, the team that won the national title last year lost their final game of the regular season. So A&M still very much alive. For Texas playoff talk, I don't think it's real until we see more chaos. There's just too many teams that only have 2 losses to even consider a 3-loss Texas right now. Speaking of results you can kind of see coming, Arizona goes on the road to Tempe and just outclasses the Sun Devils for 4 quarters here. Clearly, Arizona had the better quarterback. The fact that Jeff Sims has won as many games as he did down the stretch here for the Sun Devils is a testament to the coaching staff and Arizona State rallying around their guy, but just catches up to them here. 5 turnovers here, and Jeff Sims is responsible for all 5 of them. Catastrophic stuff. This one should have honestly been an even bigger blowout. Arizona missed 3 field goals here. They had a fumble in the red zone. They honestly should have won this one by a lot more. A great season for Arizona and a huge way to cap off their season. At this point, I think it's pretty clear that as long as Brent Key is the head coach at Georgia Tech, you are going to get a really great game against Georgia at the end of the year. But thus far, it's just been too big of a talent gap for the Yellow Jackets to overcome. Maybe they're able to close that a little bit more as Key starts to stack some of these more excellent recruiting classes and portal classes, and maybe they can actually get one. But until further notice, the Bulldogs do own this rivalry. They're just a much more talented team, and it just shows in the little things, in the margins it's shown over the last couple of years. We had some chaos out in the Mountain West. New Mexico wins in double overtime versus San Diego State, their biggest crowd that they've had in November since 2008. A magical season for them under Jason Eck. Now they await a tiebreaker to determine who is in the Mountain West title game. It's basically a 4-way logjam between them, San Diego State, Boise State, and UNLV. So we'll see what ends up happening. But New Mexico, I think they absolutely deserve a spot. Even on the road, Indiana-Purdue was a massive mismatch from the start. They take care of business. They blow teams out just like they've done under Kurt Cignetti so consistently. They've punched their ticket to the Big Ten title game where they will likely play Ohio State. And finally, a huge shout out to North Texas. Despite Eric Morris accepting the job to be the next head coach at Oklahoma State, his team shows up, they take care of business, they play really good football, and they get a win over a nice competitive Temple team, and they punch their ticket to the American Conference title game. Huge shout out to Temple. They had a great season under Casey Keeler. They just missed out in a bowl game, but still a respectable effort in what's a pretty deep American Conference.